Hello and welcome to today's United Kingdom talk. My name's Chris Reardon and we have a little bit of a chat like this four times a week, including the live show. First of all, I've found those, you remember those seeds I was telling you I planted? And I've kind of germinated them in the airing cupboard. They're nearly all the ones that I've planted are now up. I found the packet because we were looking for that the other day. And they are called, they're like yellow and red flowers. I think the yellow and red. Nasturtium. Nasturtium, I think they're called. Nasturtium. How do you spell it? Nasturtium. How do you say that? Nasturtium. Nasturtium. A funny name for a flower, isn't it? Anyway, very pretty. They're all coming up rather nicely and quickly, I must say. Still keeping warm on the window sills because I'm very worried about frost. I told you about that frost. You must keep out of the frost. Let's have a look. Oh, do you remember that new job I told you I'm doing in Ealing, West 5? Well, that has now gone. Is the camera crooked? I feel like I'm leaning over somehow. Am I kind of leaning over? I don't know. Yeah, that job has now gone weekly. So that's my new Friday night residency where I'm DJing at West 5 in Ealing on Fridays between 9 p.m. and 2 a.m. If you're ever around that neck of the woods, pop in and say hello. Although I'm hard to get to in there because there's like a DJ box which is kind of out of the way a little bit. But you can kind of jump on a chair. They allow you to do that and sort of pop up to the window and wave at me, hello, and I'll wave back, hello. So quite nice to get that job. Although it's a funny way I actually got that job. I was only taken on there every 2 weeks, and literally the week after I started, the DJ that was there on the other weeks, that has been there for a long time, suddenly walked out. Not sure why. It's not for me to comment why, but there we go. He walked out. I got a frantic phone call around about 9:30 at night from the governor. Said, hello, Chris, what are you doing? I said, oh, I'm just sitting here watching the telly. What's up? He said, come and do a gig for me. I said, why is that? He said, oh, the other DJs just walked out. So I rushed down there. Got there around about 10:15. And there we go. So that's how I've picked up another job there, all right? It's not exactly the same as nicking someone else's job if you walk out. Do you see what I mean? Yeah. There's a bit of a difference there, I remember when I left the Black Cap on Tuesday nights, where I was doing the karaoke there on Tuesday nights. I was actually at the Black Cap doing one thing or another for 18 years, and I left there on the Tuesday, and I handed over the karaoke to a guy called Ben, who's a very good friend of mine, actually. And Ben took over, and all the time people were trying to stir it. Terrible. Oh, you must really hate Ben because he stole your job. I said, no one stole my job. I left. You know? There's always, why is it there's always people trying to stir? Have you noticed that? Do you get a bit of that where you work? People that love to sit there and try and stir between people. And I used to ring up Ben and tell him what people said, and he used to ring up me, and we'd have a good laugh about it on the phone, how stupid some people actually look when they're trying to stir all the time. Do you get any of that at your work? If so, I want to know about it. Let me know. Chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk is my email address, all right? Chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. So similar situation there, you know, he walked out, so the job's mine, and that's it. No one's nicked anyone's job, has it? Can I just readjust my cushions behind me? Because I'm kind of falling back here. I think, how do cushions move? Have you ever wondered that? They just moved, and it's like rugs. Anyone got a rug in the middle of their living room carpet? People are nodding. I know you're nodding there, knowing exactly what I'm talking about. They move, don't they? How do rugs move? They mysteriously move. I reckon elves and things like that come in late at night and start moving rugs. Now, talking about elves, I'm very concerned because we haven't heard from quite a while from Robert in Iceland. What has happened? Has he run off with all our English money and is now hiding it and is scared? He's frightened to surface. Come on, Robert, we don't blame you, dear. Come on, come and talk to me. What's happened to Robert in Iceland? Very, very strange that he's suddenly disappeared. We barely ever hear from Suko either. Suko's not there. Susan, where is our cat lover, Susan? And Gloria in Florida. I'm not so worried about Gloria in Florida because she always sends an email maybe once every few months and tells me not to worry, but they are still there. They just don't write very much anymore. So, Gloria, I'm not so worried about you, my darling. But these other people, where is Susan, the cat lover? Very concerning, dear. Very, very concerning. So that's that. So that's my new job at West 5. And it's quite a nice job, actually. Lovely crowd in there. And some very nice compliments after I took over that there. Now, it's not weigh-in day today. As you know, that's on the next show. We only do it once a week. But I'm a little bit concerned. Because this week I've kind of been a bit naughty and I've hit the sandwiches on the way home from work at like 2 in the morning. I think virtually every day this week I've stopped at a petrol garage or on one occasion at Subway, which I do like. Do you like Subway? Oh, I love it. I love it. I'm not so sure if they are as healthy as they claim to be. I mean, for a start, you've got a foot-long bit of bread there, and bread isn't the healthiest of meals, is it? It's absolutely full of calories, bread. Full of it, dear. And you can't have, you can't have a 6-inch. You've got to have the 12-inch, ladies, haven't you? I mean, who wants a 6-inch when you can have 12 big, long inches? Thick it is as well. Full of, and I have a ham. Pardon? Stop it. Stop it now. We're talking about Subway, yes? I have ham and I have cheese. And lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, onions, and tomato sauce. That's my Subway, and I have it toasted. Well, obviously, they toast it before they put the salad on, okay? Very, very nice. Bit expensive, but quite nice. So I had one of those this week on the way home. So every day this week, I have had a sandwich on the way home. However, still no crisps and chocolate until after tomorrow, because I know you've had your Easter, but remember this show is recorded a week in advance. My Easter day is tomorrow, and I intend to have a Cadbury's flake egg. I have had no chocolate for a month. Oh, my mouth is watering now. Isn't that funny? Subconsciously, my mouth is filling with saliva, waiting to digest that lovely Cadbury's chocolate. Oh, can't wait for tomorrow. It's Easter tomorrow. Yes, Christ the Lord is risen again. Da 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 da. Oh, you don't even know. Oh, you are heathens, dear. Heathens. I was in the club working on Thursday night, which in the Catholic Church is Maunday Thursday. It's not Easter Thursday, it's Maunday Thursday. Okay, and I mentioned this, anyone who wants their feet washed today on Maunday Thursday, we'll be able to do that on the stage, just as a joke. They didn't have a clue what I was talking about. Heathens, dear. Heathens. They didn't have a clue what I was talking about. You talk to some of these children, what is Easter? Oh, it's when you get eggs. No, it isn't, dear. It's when the Lord rose from the cross. God's sake, heathens. Absolute heathens, they really are. So that's that. I was very, very amused yesterday. And this is like, have you heard the expression cruel sense of humour? Have you heard that before, lovies? Cruel sense of humour. Well, I was in the swimming pool yesterday. Now, the children are on holiday at the moment, so it's quite busy. There are 3 swimming pools in the Bracknell Leisure Centre. There's a little toddler's pool for the little ones, the very small ones. Okay, so they go in there. There's what they call a training pool, which is a full-size swimming pool, but not as deep. You can touch, your feet touch the bottom all the way across. And then there is the main swimming pool, which is the same size as the training, but much deeper in parts. You could sink and die. You could die in there if you sank. That's why those ever so gorgeous swimming pool attendant boys are always watching. I'm sure they're looking at me. They're looking at me and wanting me. That's what's going on in my lush body, in my bright green swimming shorts. I wear swimming shorts. I don't wear Speedos. I wear swimming shorts. I don't feel I can wear Speedos anymore, boys and girls. Have you noticed how it is always fat, middle-aged men that wear fit Speedos? And it looks vile, doesn't it? And I do not want to look like that, lovey. I really don't want to look like that in a pair of tight Speedos. So I wear swimming shorts, which I'm pleased to say the other day was starting to come down off my bum. So I've had to reattach the bit of string that comes with it because I've lost weight, boys and girls. Oh, it's wonderful. Even my tracksuit bottoms. I was walking along the street now because I do look like a tramp when I go out. I was walking along to the shops the other day and I had to keep pulling them up. Isn't that good news? This is wonderful news, dear. Wonderful news. Anyway, back to the story. These swimming pool, the attendants are looking more and more gorgeous every day. I don't know what it is. I think whoever is running that swimming pool must also be a puff because he keeps employing gorgeous boys to work around the pool. Oh, it's too much. It was ever so funny the other day. There was this girl and she was vile. And she must have spent, she was in the swimming pool and she must have spent the entire time trying to chat up one of the pool boys working around, and he weren't having none of it. It was always, yeah, all right. Nah, he weren't interested at all. It was hilarious. So you notice these things when you're getting older. She was awful, this girl. Awful. And she would try and he weren't having any of it at all. Any of it at all. Eh? Anyway, I was pleased because we were pushed over into the main pool because there were so many children in the training pool. Not only that, but the main pool was also relatively busy in the first two lanes. So you've got slow, medium and fast. I do not like to go in the fast area because they are aggressive swimmers in there. You know, these are the so-called professional swimmers who would like to be professional, but they're not actually good enough. So they have to show off in front of people like me who are not and would never consider myself a professional swimmer. I do it to try and keep fit. And in that particular pool, they are going up and down like the clappers. And the thing is, they don't look. As far as they're concerned, when they're swimming, you have got to get out of the way. And I hate it in that lane. I absolutely hate it in there. However, the other two sides were so busy that I thought, well, you've got no choice, you'll have to go in there. And there were 4 people in there altogether. I thought, oh, one more, I'll try my best and keep up, which I never can. They're always passing me. But, you know, I'm going faster than the people in the other two. So I kind of think, oh, okay, well, you can go in there today. And they're doing the same thing, aren't they? They swim and they don't look in front of them. They're like this. They don't look in front at all. Right? And if they kind of knock you, there's no stopping to say sorry. They just carry on as if nothing's happened. Well, it was hilarious. I thought it was hilarious because two of these nobodies were, one was overtaking me. I spotted one overtaking me just coming up the side. And there was another one on the other side who decided he was going to overtake the person on that side. So we had 2 people that have moved into the middle of the end lane, and I watched them and I thought, they're going to hit each other, and bang! It wasn't hands, it was heads. And the pair of them were going very fast. And one of them, he left the pool then because his head hurt so bad. And do you know what? I'm sorry, I thought it serves you right. I'm glad that happened. Maybe I'd teach you a blooming lesson to look where you're going. Oh, it really annoys me. The aggressive swimming in that lane is unbelievable. They're not professional at all. They think they are. They think they are, but they just want to show off in front of everyone else because they're so fast. And it's not fair. It really isn't fair. I always look where I'm going. About the only time when you can't look when you're going is when you're doing backstroke. And to be honest, you've got to be pretty stupid to do backstroke in a pool full of people. You are bound to start hitting things. But these lot, they're going forward like that, and they are going forward, and they don't look, and bang! I heard it crack as these 2 heads hit each other. I watched it happen. Good. I'm glad it happened. Maybe that'll teach you a lesson. I'm sorry, am I being harsh? Am I being harsh? Have you ever seen anything like that? People who think they're so good at something and then they come a cropper. Do let us know any stories like that. Keep your stories coming in, boys and girls. It's always a real pleasure to read them. My email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Okay, email time. Well, first of all, a couple of letters have arrived. Some lovely cards, both from Kath, who lives in Mould in Flintshire in Wales. The first one is a little Easter greetings card. Kath has recently joined the internet and I think watches us. Oh, hang on, my wires have all got tangled up here. I should be wireless really, shouldn't I? Never mind. We can't afford wireless, that's another 50 quid dear. Hang on, there we are. Little Easter card from Kath, and there's a picture of some, oh, they're lilies, they're my favourite flowers, lilies on the front. To Chris, wishing you a very happy and peaceful Easter, regards from Kath. And she sends another card here, and on the front of the card is a picture of a tree and a sunset just going down behind the tree. And Kath writes in this card, she sent this in the postal address. We do have a postal address. Okay, if you ever want to send a card or anything like that, I will give it to you after I've read this out if you want to grab a pen. Hi, Chris. Hope you are keeping well and your tooth has settled down. Yes, it has. The tooth has actually settled down. And funny you should mention teeth, Kath. But it was my dentist checkup again the other day. Can you believe that? It comes around so quickly, doesn't it? And once again, he poked around, and guess what? Yes. Oh, you need another. That filling. Oh, it wasn't a new filling this time. This one apparently was one of the old fillings that had started cracking. Okay, you know. So he said, "I'll show it to you." So he gives you the mirror, and you're He said, "Right, if you look there," and he started pointing with that metal poker thing, didn't he? he said, there you are. He said, can you see there? He said, you see where that silver filling is? It's starting to crack. Oh, yeah. I'm saying, yeah, I couldn't see a blooming thing. Don't know what the hell he's talking about, dear. Couldn't see a thing. But you don't want to look stupid, do you? So, oh, yeah, like that he is. So I said, yeah, that bit needs to be done there. He said, I don't think we'll have to go too deep, actually, into the tooth. I'll just remove the bit of the filling that's started to go wrong, and we'll fill on top of it, or something like that. I can't remember what it was doing. He said, you can see. You can, I couldn't see it. I don't know what he was talking about. So he started his work. Didn't need a... well, he said, if you want... He said, because he knows I don't like the needle. I do not like the needle at all. So he says, we can try it without the needle if you want. If it hurts, put your hand up. So I did that. So he drilled a bit, and then it was just a little bit of hurt. I put my hand up, and he stopped. He said, okay. He said, there's only a very small bit more to go. He said, do you want me to carry on, or do you want me to numb it? I said, no, carry on, if it's only a small bit. Okay, that's done now. Then he put the filling in. All well and done, and immediate satisfaction, no problems whatsoever. So very pleased with that. But you know, another 75 quid, £57 for the fill-in or whatever it is, and £19 for the checkup. And it just always, or was it with 19? I don't know what it was, or 30, whatever it was. But it just seems strange to me that every time I go to the dentist, they find more work to do. Do you find that? Hey, Kath, so it's funny you should mention that. Yeah, I've been to the dentist again, and hopefully nothing again now till September. It all comes round so quickly, dear. We haven't even had summer yet, love. Oh, I look forward to the summer. Kath says, happily, I can tell you that we have now got the pictures back on United Kingdom Talk. We lost them for about a week or two on the computer, and it seems in the blink of an eye, they were back. Did you actually have to do anything, Kath? I wonder. Or did they just come back on its own? Often computer things tend to sort themselves out. It's a strange, strange world, computers. She says, nice to hear you like the photos of the snow scenes, but sadly, I can't take the credit for these pictures. It was my son Ian that took them. He walks miles in the local area and comes back with some lovely results. He laughed his head off when you thought I'd taken them, as he's seen my attempts at taking photos. Now, one of the funny things my mum used to do, whenever she went anywhere, she seemed to have a bag full of cameras. Serious. She'd have this carrier bag with her, and there would be 3 or 4 cameras in there. I don't know why she carried around so many cameras. I miss my mum so much. She did. She always taking photos, my mum. She says, you're spot on the mark about me writing late at night. You see, I knew you were writing letters late at night to me. You're bored, aren't you? That's what it is. It started a few years ago when I became an insomniac. Hence getting into radio again and finding you when you were on Sky. And we used to be on the Sky satellite, but it's not on Sky anymore. Not on Sky anymore. Lately, I've been listening into Late Date on RTE Radio 1 from Cork. And a very good afternoon to you. This is RTE in live from Cork. Welcome to the Chris Reardon Show. I'm not very good at accents at all, I'm afraid. I do... What's that say? I do sleep a little now, staying with radio, though. So thank you very much. P.S. Sending photos of Port... Is it Merion? Taken at different angles. Port Merion is on the North Wales coast of the Prisoner fame. Oh, I don't know what that is. Prisoner, is that a TV series? And she's sending in some photos here. First of all, of a lovely little looking village in front of some mountains there. And same picture, I think that's a nighttime view. Same picture as well. So thank you for your photographs and your postcards, Kath. They're always greatly achieved. All right. And it's also nice to have a letter. I know you're on the computer now and you've probably got emails and what have you if you want to write instantly. But it is also very, very nice to receive letters in the post. Now, if you want to put pen to paper, perhaps send a postcard of where you live or anything like that, it's very easy to do. Here comes the postal address. It's Chris Reardon, United Kingdom Talk, P.O. Box 4073, Bracknell, RG42 9ED, United Kingdom. Once again, postal address, Chris Reardon, United Kingdom Talk, P.O. Box 4073, Bracknell, Bracknell, RG42 9ED, United Kingdom. All right, written that down? Go on, put pen to paper when you're bothered, especially if you're at work. You might be at work sometimes and you're thinking sort of, because I know we do have a lot of secret listeners, people listening secretly at work while they're bored to tears in front of their computers. I know what you mean, dear. I know what you mean. Sometimes I'm at work and I get bored in front of my computer. Yes, I DJ completely out from a laptop. And it does. Sometimes I do not want to look at this computer anymore today. But you have to carry on. You have to carry on like Mummy's brave little soldiers. And possibly this little program, what you're listening on, either plugged into the back of your computer or in an MP3 player secretly, so that no one else knows. Hopefully this will lighten that half hour of your day, will it? Who is it? Sorry, it's starting again. Who is it? Thank you. Here's an email from someone who listens via Live 365. Oh yes, we're on the everywhere. We are everywhere, boys and girls, including on Live 365. Who writes, I think it possibly someone from another country, guessing from the way this is written. I am just discovering. In fact, I'm searching an English radio station to perfect my English. Am I going to be a Chris Reardon's listener? Well, I hope so, dear. Have you become one of our friends and loyal listeners? And that's from Gino. Gino T5557. Oh, no, hang on, it's from... Is it Madeline? I think it's Madeline. Hello, Madeline. Welcome to my show, my darling. I hope I can give you hours of fun and pleasure. Hours, dear, hours. Come on, keep smiling. Most importantly, Madeline, is for you to keep smiling, my darling. Keep smiling. keep smiling through, just like you always do, till the bluebirds see the dark clouds far away. That was a big, very popular song by Reardon. She was a proper pop singer, not like these people now, dear. Britney Spears and Victoria Beckham, dear. Pop singers, plur, plur, plur. They can't sing a note, dear. They may look nice, but can they actually sing? I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, even Whitney Houston. Have you seen Whitney Houston recently? What's happened to her, dear? It's too much of that, that's what it is. It's a one-way ticket once you start hitting those drugs, I'm telling you that now. Hello to Pack Jim, who says, I've got a very good explanation for all the imponderable questions you posed regarding the universe, i.e. movements of the planets, the moons and the stars. Here it is, God. He is extremely good at his job and knows exactly what he's doing at all times. Always spot on perfect. We are not accidental matter. He knew exactly what he was doing when he made us. It's called intelligent design. You know what, Pac Jim? Thanks for the email as always. You always write fantastic little emails there. You know what? I incline to agree with that. You see, there's too many coincidences. The fact that the Earth is the correct distance from the Sun, has an atmosphere, is far enough away for not being affected by the other planets, this, that and the other, all the planets in perfect orbits around the Sun with a slight wobble here and there, and then the moons around the various planets. How can that all be accidental from a Big Bang? I can't believe it is. I really can't. I cannot see how everything is in such a perfect position. It can't just happen like that, can it? Are there any points, perhaps, in your life where everything has fitted perfectly together and stayed that way? I bet there isn't. So how is it that all the planets in the solar system and all in the middle of space, which is just goes on forever, well, that'll drive you mad, that one. How can it be they're all in such perfect positions? How does science actually work that one? I just don't see. It's the God effect. There must be something else controlling all this, isn't it? I wonder if he sits in a big room and it's kind of like the solar system and all the planets are kind of like an electric train set where he's sitting there with control knobs doing the, oh, well, put a bit of rain there today. Oh, let's have an earthquake there. Push another button. Oh, a couple of bars of lightning and thunder there, and he pushes another button. Bang, 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 bang. I wonder. Or were we put here to just get on with it, to be observed, to see how we get on, to see what a complete and utter mess we are actually making of it, eh? Thanks very much. Your thoughts on that one, Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. That's nearly it for the show today. As always, thank you so much for your lovely pictures, people sending in pictures and things. Got another couple of emails which will come up on the next show. One from young Vicky, who notices there was an error on the Thursday of the April the 1st show. I'll go into that on the next show as well. And one from young Jennifer as well. Hello, Jennifer. All right, it's lovely to hear from you all. Once again, that email address. If you want to join in, feel free to do so at any time. Anything I'm talking about. Okay, maybe you're a gardener, because we often talk about things in the garden. Or your pets. Or anything serious. Don't care what it is. Send it in on the email. Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Thanks very much for watching and listening. See you on the next show. Bye-bye now.